Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shayla Ray. Welcome back to 2 Cent Tuesday. So, I just want to give you a quick rundown on how we're going to do the next 3 weeks. So, I was reflecting on what I wanted to talk about today. And after we end every single episode of 2 Cent Tuesday, I talk about what growing, sewing, and glowing. And I wanted to just kind of dive deep into what that means. So each week over the next 3 weeks, I will be taking on one of the words. So you guessed it, today is growing. How do you know you're growing? Because a lot of y'all, y'all ain't growing one bit. Y'all ain't trying to grow. And one thing that I cannot stand, literally, it's like a pet peeve of mine, is when somebody says, "Oh, you changed. You ain't who you used to be." I'm not supposed to be who I was. There's no possible way that I can go through life staying the same and being the same person that I've always been forever. In the event that that is the case for me, I have failed in life. Growing is a huge part of life, and it's something that's very, very important. So I want to give you guys 6 tips that I think will help with A, understanding if you have grown, or B, getting you to a place where you can grow. You can continuously grow because you're going to challenge yourself in some of these areas, right? Okay, so tip number 1. And we've talked about this a little bit in the past, but you guys have to focus. And one thing that has been a major focus for me, and we started off the year with this, is changed behavior. I gotta come back to it. My girl Fallon told me about the book Atomic Behaviors. Such a great book. I got through it really quick. It was like an audio book, but it really does talk about the importance of the small, minute little changes that we can make in our life that will actually have a bigger impact than changing something big. Because I feel like when we think about change behaviors, we have to just do everything. If you have all these vices, you're gonna stop it all cold turkey at once. And that's not really realistic. And then what ends up happening is you don't end up stopping, you end up getting discouraged, or you don't see the result of your change that comes with like weight loss and stuff too. If you don't lose weight, or if you don't see a change in a certain amount of time, you decide to give up. But it's about being self-disciplined and identifying what little changes you can make. I know for me, to be 100% honest, I'm a night owl. I prefer to be up late, but guess what? The early bird gets the worm. And I know so many people who are organized and rested and on point, who have actually gone to bed at a decent hour and gotten a good night's rest, which is something that I don't do. That's something that I need to focus on changing. And growing is not about doing what's natural. Sometimes it's about doing what's not natural, but good for you. So focus on changing your behaviors. Number 2, I want to urge everybody, and I've done this in my own life, figure out the patterns in your life and how you can avoid the patterns, because I've seen it time and time again. I know you guys have heard the cliche. The definition of insanity is, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. But think about how many times we've done that. You still superficial, you still ain't got no man. You still, you still this, and you still ain't got this. So we have to start dissecting our patterns. What are we seeing over and over and over in our life? Because we're the common denominator in those situations. And sometimes you have to do something different. All the time you have to do something different to get a different result. You can't do it like you've always done it before. So I urge everyone to follow your patterns. There's a lot of information within what you continue to repeat in your life. And then you need to dissect why. And then you need to have a plan to get yourself out of that. The number three tip that I'm gonna give you, and you know we keep talking about this and we're gonna keep probably talking about it every single time, is you gotta heal your traumas. My girl Janae Aiko, my song Triggers, you know, it does something to me because it's so real. I got triggers, y'all. I got things that I've been through, you know, and things that can set me off, and things that, you know, I think I'm 10 steps ahead and I've grown to this person, and it could be one split second that I find myself back 10 steps back, you know? And so again, you have to continuously be in search of yourself, learning your traumas, because we all have them from childhood until now. And guess what? Until our last day on this earth, we're going to experience more and more trauma. So it's something that we have to continuously work on. And sometimes you need help. And if you do, hit me up. I got some therapists that are wonderful that will be there to help you. So again, heal your traumas, and fix your triggers, okay? For number, I think, what is this? 4, character. Character is just doing the right thing when no one is looking. You know, we live in the world of social media. Everybody's doing everything for the gram, you know. They could be at a homeless shelter and, oh my goodness, I'm doing this. And that's all fine and well. I'm not trying to take away from, you know, showing even good deeds that we do on social media. But your character is truly tested when nobody's looking. You know, when the camera's off and you are confronted with something. When in doubt, do what's right. I can't express this enough, and I know it's been hard for me too, because, you know, sometimes I want to be petty Betty, you know. Sometimes I want to do my own thing, but at the end of the day, to really get the favor of God and to receive all of our blessings, we have to do what's right. We're the example. People are watching. And I didn't realize how impactful, you know, I even was. You know, I don't consider myself to be, you know, some big star or anything like that at all. Far from it. But there were people that would watch me and they would say, oh, okay, you go to church, or you do this, or you do that. And how I behaved really had an impact on how they felt about Jesus and how they felt about God. And so, you know, it really made me look at myself and say, you know what? I have to be that true reflection. So when in doubt, do what's right. Number 5, I go to Word of Faith Church here in Atlanta under Bishop Bronner. He had a great sermon. If you guys get a chance, please check it out. It's on Facebook. And it was about how our decisions determine our destiny. If that ain't the truth. How our decisions determine our destiny. We don't realize how important it is to make good decisions. You can have one bad decision, one split second, and it can change the trajectory of your whole entire life, you know. And even with me being a mother, I've realized through my journey through parenthood that, you know, your kids don't listen to what you say. They listen to what you do. They're watching your decisions. They're watching how you handle things. And it's very, very important to focus. So you know that you're growing in life when you are not quick to make a crazy decision. Okay, you are very aware of the impacts that your decisions make, because as kids, you don't know what your decisions will do. You don't really understand it. You don't understand how it can impact your future. But as adults, and showing your true growth and where you are in life, you should always be thinking, how will this affect me? If this happens, what will happen? And that is how you make good decisions going forward. And then 6, last but certainly not least, when you know you are growing, when you pick your battles. You pick your battles. It's no longer about, you know, being right. and it's no longer about compromising your peace. Because guess what? Peace, joy, love, all of those things are what we deserve every single day. So, I'm not willing to compromise that, especially over something that's not worth it. Pick your battles. Everything is not a fight. Okay, so we're gonna run through that really quickly one more time. Change your behavior. Atomic Behaviors, I think is the name of the book. Avoid patterns. Heal your traumas. Focus on your character and always think of Spike Lee and just do what's right. Do the right thing. Make great decisions because it does impact your destiny, and pick your battles. That's all I have for you guys today. But next week we will be back with our sewing, the power of sewing, and what exactly that means. So let's say the mantra one time together. Keep growing, keep sewing, and keep glowing. Until next time.